our shirt on Teespring.
A major shift occurred in the American media landscape in 2025. Paramount announced its acquisition of the Free Press. The deal was valued at $150 million. This signaled a major investment in a new, highly discussed journalistic voice. The Free Press built its brand on challenging mainstream narratives. It also provided a platform for writers who felt silenced by legacy media. The acquisition by a corporate behemoth like Paramount drew attention across the political and media spectrum. The move connected the Free Press, Paramount, and CBS News in one sweeping pivot. Following the acquisition, Paramount appointed Bari Weiss as editor-in-chief of CBS News. Weiss was the co-founder of the Free Press. The appointment placed a provocative startup leader at the helm of a respected broadcast news division. The move was framed as a push toward innovation. Officially, Weiss would shape editorial priorities and champion core journalistic values across CBS platforms. The structure of the new role raised eyebrows. Weiss was set to report directly to Paramount CEO David Ellison. That placed her outside the existing CBS News organizational chart. Some saw this as granting her autonomy to reshape newsroom culture without usual checks. Many interpreted Ellison's move as steering CBS News in a new, ideologically distinct direction. The acquisition plus appointment sparked a public firestorm. One of the most persistent criticisms leveled against the Free Press is the accusation of a strong right-center bias. Media watchdog groups such as Media Bias Fact Check have rated the outlet as leaning to the right. This assessment cites consistent criticism of left-leaning viewpoints, particularly on cultural and social issues. Critics argue the publication devotes disproportionate coverage to culture war topics, often framing them from an anti-woke perspective. They contend this reveals a predetermined political slant. This perception was amplified by former insiders. In 2025, journalist Michael C. Moynihan publicly resigned. He criticized the outlet's evolving direction, warning anti-woke commentators could drift into becoming MAGA flunkies. The claim fueled assertions of alignment with a specific right-wing movement. Specific reports are cited to support a politically motivated agenda. One example involved blaming Biden-era censorship for events predating his term, even though those events occurred nearly a year before he took office. Critics say this strains facts to fit a preferred narrative. They argue this reflects a mission to advance a political argument. MSNBC Voices called its identity a hollow branding exercise. Beyond political bias, critics question the Free Press's journalistic methods. A central concern is the frequent use of first-person, opinion-driven articles. Personal essays can be powerful commentary, but critics argue they are sometimes presented as investigative journalism. This can blur the line between experience and reporting. The worry is these narratives lack rigorous, multi-source verification, which is standard in traditional newsrooms. The result can be a one-sided presentation. Analysts point to missing context and a lack of counter-arguments. Media Bias Fact Check gave the Free Press a mixed rating for factual reporting. Individual pieces can be well-sourced, yet many present a singular powerful viewpoint without equal weight to opposing evidence or perspectives. Critics call it persuasive argumentation rather than balanced journalism, guiding readers toward a predetermined conclusion instead of letting them weigh the evidence. The criticisms extend into more severe territory, with opponents accusing the outlet and its founder of promoting bigotry. The Nation leveled harsh allegations against Bari Weiss, claiming she has pushed genocide denial, transphobia, and the freedom to make Nazi salutes. They referenced earlier career episodes alleging a racist smear campaign against Arab professors and promoting right-wing bile while posing as liberal. These are grave accusations portraying the outlet as platforming dangerous ideologies. Accusations of transphobia have been particularly prominent, with critics pointing to articles questioning gender-affirming care for minors. The Free Press calls these necessary investigations, while opponents say they are one-sided, stoking fear and misinformation. Critics argue such pieces fuel hostility and discrimination against transgender people by platforming anti-trans rhetoric as inquiry. Is this brave truth-telling or harmful fear-mongering? The outlet's stance on free speech is also contested. In 2025, Andrew Sullivan criticized the Free Press for reluctance to defend anti-Israel activists' free speech rights. Liberal journalist Ross Barkan called the organization unapologetically hawkish and anti-Palestinian. Critiques from right and left suggest its open debate promise may exclude opposing voices. Its Israel-Gaza reporting has drawn sharp scrutiny. Dropsite News flagged a Free Press report on Palestinians as alarming. They warned it could foreshadow collapsing standards at CBS News if those methods carry over. The critique: flawed reporting, lacking rigor, and skewed by a pro-Israel stance. These concerns tie directly to the Paramount acquisition. Critics suggest Ellison was drawn to Weiss and the Free Press for their unwavering support of Israel. They posit that the deal advances a specific geopolitical viewpoint, making methodological shortcomings a feature, not a bug, raising fears this approach could be replicated at CBS News. Some worry a major network could become a sympathetic ally for specific political figures like Donald Trump. They fear erosion of impartiality at a trusted news source. In response, the Free Press and supporters mount a vigorous defense. They cast the outlet as a corrective to a landscape dominated by rigid progressive ideology. They argue legacy institutions abandoned viewpoint diversity, including the New York Times, NPR, and CNN, and no longer report on stories that challenge preferred narratives. The Free Press frames its mission as providing a home for homeless minds, covering stories mainstream media allegedly ignores or misrepresents. They cite specific reporting as evidence. For example, questioning early mass graves claims at Canadian residential schools. Controversial, yet praised by some for demanding higher evidentiary standards and challenging quickly accepted narratives. They argue skeptical inquiry is core to good journalism, even when conclusions are unpopular. They see going against the grain as a strength. Supporters say free speech and open debate, airing even controversial ideas, are essential to finding truth. Paramount's acquisition of the Free Press and Weiss's appointment at CBS News mark a disruptive moment in American journalism. Clear lines have been drawn. Supporters hail a victory for independent thought, a challenge to stale consensus. They praise underreported stories and a platform for heterodox voices. They see a revitalization prioritizing debate and intellectual bravery. Critics voice profound concern. An ideologically driven outlet with questionable standards now leading a broadcast pillar. Allegations of bias, one-sided reporting, and harmful narratives. They fear eroding public trust and deeper polarization in an already fractured environment, risking journalistic ethics for partisan influence. This is bigger than one company or one editor. Intense reactions show there are no easy answers. The stakes for public information are high as the industry evolves. The Free Press's role within Paramount will unfold in public view. Future actions by the outlet and CBS's direction under new leadership will be closely scrutinized by supporters and detractors. This moment underscores the importance of media literacy. Engage critically and seek multiple sources. Consider how values and structures shape stories, and stay alert to how power influences narratives. Support open debate while demanding rigor and fairness. A democracy defines truth through sunlight, scrutiny, and accountability. In the end, the public's critical eye remains the most reliable editor-in-chief.